Hey Joe,
Yes, Rob.
how do you feel about the NBA All Star Weekend we just had? How do you feel about it? Well, if you had to sum it up into one word, if you had to sum up the NBA All
I
Star
can
Weekend in one word, what would you say?
I can do letters. Is that okay?
Snooze fest. We'll do a hyphen. We'll make it one word. Snooze fest
Yeah,
is what it was.
snooze fest.
So, who even won the NBA's dunk contest?
I think of the guy from Miami Heat. I don't even know who it was. I didn't even watch it. I didn't even know it was on TV.
So,
I watched the 3-point contest. I was like, oh, it's over.
So I'm gonna get into this real quick about Kendrick Perkins. Says
Yeah.
the dunk contest is embarrassing and needs stars to compete. Should the league pay stars to save it or let it, no pun intended, fade away? Before you answer those questions, all right, I'm going to tell you two people that I blame for the failure that the NBA dunk contest has become. Okay?
Okay.
My first negatively impacted LeBron James. I put a lot of the blame on him for it losing its, I don't know, mojo, I guess. Mojo here
Fluster.
yeah, luster, yeah, mojo here at Rojo. But a guy at that caliber, Jordan did it. As one of
Yep.
the all time.
Kobe.
Kobe did it. Give me some other star. Vince Carter. Vince Carter
Vince Carter
became
did
a
it.
legend because of the NBA dunk
Yep.
competition by shoving his armpit in the rim. You
I
know,
mean, Dwight Howard even did it.
Dwight Howard, um,
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson. Why can't I think of the name? Hang on, a little smaller dude, but he's still
Spud Webb.
Spud Webb. Spud Webb. What was
Well,
he?
I remember seeing a picture. It had the dunk contest from like 1984, and on the picture it was Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. Uh, I'm forgetting. I can't remember everybody in the picture because all Clyde Drexler was in it.
Yeah,
Like just those four guys right there, and they were in the dunk contest.
yeah, and like the 3-point contest is kind of becoming that too. And we'll get into that in a minute. I'll let you take the reins on that because I know
Oof.
what you got to say. But there's one other person that I have to blame for the luster of the dunk contest fading away. Aaron Gordon. Reason
Yeah,
being is because you will never see dunks in the NBA dunk contest like what him and Zach Levine were doing against each other. What was that, like 5 years ago?
yeah, but even then, I didn't like it. Like I don't. It's cool that they did those dunks, but I want to see stars. I don't want to see some role players doing it. And Zach Levine's not a. I'm sorry to say, but Zach Levine's not a star. Aaron Gordon's not a star. Okay, they had their opportunity to be it. They're not it. So, like, I want to see Anthony Edwards
Mm-hmm.
or Giannis or some big athletic guys like doing something crazy. That's what I want to see.
LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron, D Wade, someone like that.
Bring him back. What the hell? He could still
Bring
dunk.
him back.
Shaq. Could you imagine if Shaq were in there?
Yeah. Well, that's what it's the same thing. Like if Wembenyama would be in it, he's like Shaq. He's too big. Like his are just he's just like dunking on people.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can pull something out though.
So the question remains: should the league pay stars to save it, or let it fade away?
You know, I'm tired of these NBA players complaining about how hard they have it, and like they're always trying to get days off and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're a professional basketball player.
Load
Your
ma-
life can't be that hard.
load management, right?
Like you're already taking games off. You telling me you can't dunk a basketball for like 10 minutes in your profession? Like what? What? And and then to top it off, this is what the 3-point contest. Damian Lillard's been out all year, and he wins the 3-point contest. You just made that whole thing a joke. You're basically saying Damian Lillard is not even hurt.
Yeah.
Like he's better on one leg than all the best 3-point shooters in the league right now. That's basically what that showed.
Yeah. So, so final answer: should the league pay stars to compete in it,
Yeah.
or let it fade away?
Just let it fade away. I don't want. They can't. It can't be saved with the current people in charge. That's just all I can say.
And
They care more about the celebrity game than they do about the dunk contest.
yeah, and I
It
think
drives me crazy.
if you have to go about it in a way of you have to pay players to do it, then it
Yeah.
loses like a, I don't know, it puts a bad taste in your mouth. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
really, you had to be
It's
you know, it had to be even more. You know, you're already making how many millions of dollars?
there's guys making like $70 million in a season. And
Yeah,
you're telling me you can't suck it up and go out there and dunk a basketball for 10 minutes for 20,000 people at the All-Star game? Just a bad look. This whole thing is a bad look for the NBA. People are finally starting to wake up. You know, they're just like, you know what? Maybe the NBA does suck. It sucked for a while, but
yeah,
people have finally started to be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't good.
yeah. I really, there's nothing else much left to say. I mean, the All Star game, the East versus West, there's no defense played. You know, it's just
No.
Kobe tried.
Yeah. That's what like before Jordan and them they would play. And Kobe tried to instill that in the next one, and then LeBron was just like, "Oh, let's just make it a show. It'll be fun. Ha 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 ha."
They could dunk in that.
Like, yeah, I can't dunk for fun for 10 minutes. Like I said, I can't do that, but we can dunk in a game. Yeah,
Oh, the East beat the West 187 to 172.
yeah.
Aren't you entertained?
Woo! And they shot 97. They shot 97 3-pointers each, and made 30 of them.
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
NBA All Star Weekend has become a big joke.
yeah,
NBA in general.
joke city.
NBA
Yeah,
in
just
general.
the whole thing. And I saw a clip. This may not be true, but I saw somewhere a clip where Adam Silver was talking about they're gonna make it more like involved with technology and like trends and stuff instead of just focusing on the game. And I was like,
Are you,
quick death incoming if that happens. I can tell you that right now.
yeah. Yep. Well, that's all I have on the NBA question for Kendrick Perkins. You know.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Kendrick Perkins fired up, it's it's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. The legend of
Yes.
Kendrick Perkins. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, so any
Oh, shout out to Kevin Durant getting caught with his burner accounts. That happened this weekend too. But
Oh yeah.
that could be for another day. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk
Well.
about that. Yeah.
um. All right. So I know this wasn't in the itinerary, but it connects into what we were just talking about. And
Yep.
you know, it took us a minute to talk about the Super Bowl, which we'll get into here in a moment. But the same way with the NBA All Star game and all those skill games and stuff. Can we talk about the way that the NFL is ruining the All Star game too?
Well, I mean, NFL's a little different than the NBA because NFL you can actually like get absolutely hurt in that game. I get it. Like the Pro Bowl now, it's not really the Pro Bowl anymore. It's more of a
Circus.
yeah. I didn't like that either. That was awful. Don't get
Yeah.
rid of the flag football. Just make it like the old days when they did the competition. You remember those where
Mm-hmm.
they would like who make the longest throw, who does all the stuff.
Who would
That's what I want to
who
see.
would hit the moving target with the painted end
Yeah,
football and stuff? Yeah.
Right.
But like I
I'd
remember
rather see that.
I miss whenever, AFC would wear the red jerseys and like the Steeler
Yeah.
helmets or Bengal helmets or, representation to their team or whatever. And the NFC would be in the blue with the
Hey,
Cowboys or whatever.
I see. I see what you did. You didn't mention the Browns. That's just because Phil Dawson was out there kicking field goals. That's right, baby. Go
Okay.
Phil.
Um, yeah, I mean, think about so NFL All Star game. Should they pay stars to play like it was, or should they let it fade away?
Let it fade away.
Those
That
games,
time is come and gone.
remember they used to travel to Hawaii and
Yeah,
have
that's what it was like. It was like a destination for the players. It was like a celebration, like the end of
yeah.
the season, and that you made something. It meant something to be there. Now it's like we got Shador Sanders. Don't get me wrong, he's a decent player, but he's a Pro Bowl. Come on,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Joe Flacco was there. Like, I mean, that would be like back in the day, Kelly Holcomb making the Pro Bowl for the Browns when he was 4-12.
Yeah, Tim Couch,
Yeah, well, Tim Couch was all right for a couple seasons, and then he kept getting hurt because the line couldn't protect anyone.
Tim
So
Tebow. They would put Tim Tebow in there.
yeah, that tight end
Yeah.
for the Jets.
But it's another example of how in these Pro Bowl games defenses, who cares, just
Yeah,
and how crazy is it that it was a pick, it was a pick six, wasn't there a pick
yeah,
six in the Pro Bowl?
yeah. It was Shador.
How the hell do
No,
that game is nobody's even
yeah.
trying, and
I don't even when I was watching it made me ill watching it. It just didn't look right. It's just like ugh.
yeah.
Get that off the screen.
So one word to sum it up:
Trash.
trash. Last one was a snooze fest. This one is trash.
Yeah.
You know who's still doing the All Star? Well, there's two sports that are still to this day doing the All Star weekend or game or whatever events correctly. It's the NHL.
Well, they changed theirs too.
Not as bad
They-
though.
it-
They're just doing some
yeah,
skill
but
stuff,
it's still good. It's still good though.
and then Major League Baseball still does the right thing. With the
Oh
home
yeah,
run
the
derby
home
and
run derby. That's the. I just want them to bring back the old way they used to do the All Star game, where each player wears their uniform from their team.
mm-hmm, I agree.
That's all I want. Just bring that back, and we'll be good.
I wish when it comes to the MLB All Star or Home Run Derby, I wish that they would go. I like the clock idea,
Yeah,
but I wish it would go back to, wasn't it 10 pitches or what, 10 outs
I think.
or whatever they had to do. It wasn't this clock type thing. It was I think it was 10 pitches, and then with the gold ball or whatever, each one you hit, it would increase the amount somebody, as a charity or something would get. I think
Hmm.
they still do that part, but
I think they did the clock thing for TV,
yeah, you think
like
so?
to shorten it. Yeah, to like put like a designated time, because like before the home run derby would take 5 hours. It'd be like 11:30 at night. Josh Hamilton's up to bat. He's on home run number 28.
With 2 outs,
Still
he's not
got
even close.
yeah, he's still got 8 outs left.
So yeah, I think that the NHL and MLB are still doing it somewhat correct.
Hmm.
And it shows. I think a lot of people still watch the home run derby. I think a lot of people still watch the All Star game. And if memory serves me correct, which sometimes it doesn't, but with this though, I feel like it does. Major League Baseball. I think if the American League wins, the American League team gets Game Seven in the World Series. Isn't that?
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
So
So it's something to play for.
yeah. So think if the
And
NO.
I think MVPs get like a car or something too,
Mm-hmm.
or they get car or money, or I can't remember what it is, but
Yeah.
they get something.
Think about if the NFL did that, like AFC versus NFC. AFC
Ooh.
team wins, and an AFC team would host the Super Bowl or whatever in a
Oh,
few.
they'll never do that because all the rich people will be mad because they'll be sitting out in the cold. It's
Well,
it's
no.
20 degrees in a football game.
Who
That's what
knows?
you know.
It could be Miami.
Yeah,
It could be
could be.
it could be
Uh,
Jacksonville.
let's be serious.
Just saying, you know.
Speaking of Super Bowls,
Yeah. Um. Let's see who won. Oh, Seattle.
yeah, they won.
Yeah, they got that redemption from 10 years ago with the 1 yard line interception.
Real ugly game for the
Yeah,
Patriots.
yeah.
Really ugly.
I feel
I mean,
bad.
their defense played well.
I'm not sure. Drake May still has to be sore. That
Oh
poor
yeah.
that poor
I mean, this
kid.
whole this whole postseason, he's being smacked. Even when he played the Texans, he was getting smacked. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't just
but that
you know.
that Seahawks defense is they're for real.
Oh yeah.
You know, defense.
Remember Dexter Lawrence said when he's on the Cowboys. Well, when he left the Cowboys, he went to Seattle. He said, "I love Dallas. It's my home, but I'll never be able to win a Super Bowl here." And then, bang, he wins one with the Seahawks instantly.
So I got a question for you regarding the Seahawks.
All right.
Okay, something that one of our favorite analysts and Ryan Clark. Every time that he talks,
Oh
I want to turn my
man, what a
TV off. And
what a beat.
also also Cam Newton, something that both of them brought up. I don't
Oh
mind.
jeez.
Yeah, but all right. And Dan Orlovsky was fuming whenever they were saying this live on TV. Ryan Clark said that he could take 12 other quarterbacks right now in the NFL, put them on that Seahawk team, and win a Super Bowl, and didn't give Darnold, the credit
Yeah.
that he deserves. Um, Cam Newton says that you could take 4 quarterbacks and put them in Darnold's situation, and they win a Super Bowl.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I agree with Cam Newton. There's four guys that could do that.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers probably could do that.
Dak, Dak Prescott,
Dak Prescott. Yeah, those are four guys for sure that could do it.
but 12.
Yeah, I don't think there's
He
12.
he put Brock Purdy in that list. He
Uh, maybe. That's
um
a
so
Purdy's pretty decent.
Trevor
Purdy's like Sam Darnold though, so that make like they're similar. Like you could
um
switch those two.
Trevor Lawrence he put in that
No,
conversation. Like
he would turn the ball over.
it was just so crazy that the day after a guy just goes in and wins the Super Bowl, that immediately
Yep.
they're like, well, anybody could have done it with that team.
Well, it's like the past 2 seasons. Like Jalen Hurts wins last year, and they still say he sucks. And
Yeah,
then Sam Darnold wins this year, and they're like, oh well, he still sucks. It's like, well, don't put Justin Herbert in top five quarterback then. If like what's he done?
oh wait,
He hasn't done anything.
another one that Ryan Clark said, believe it or not, was Caleb Williams.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, he was on that list. He was on that list. I kid you not.
Stop it.
Jared Goff was on there.
Goff. See, but there's some court guys that he's bringing up that have been to the Super Bowl. Like guys that have been to the Super Bowl, yes, they could absolutely be on that team and win.
Yeah.
There's only like two that I can think of that I would want that haven't made a Super Bowl, and that's Josh Allen or Dak Prescott. Other than that, nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Shador. I'm not taking uh, who's the Giants quarterback?
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart. I ain't taking his ass either. Like there's lots of guys I want to take.
So do you think Drake May would have got it done for Seattle?
No,
No.
he would have thrown picks. That's for sure.
I
They
mean,
probably wouldn't even be in the game.
some of the windows that Darnold was throwing into, like he was throwing in a double, triple coverage and putting it right on the
Yeah,
money. Like you can't
right.
Look at that. Like both sides at the first half, at the defense on both sides was playing really well.
Yeah, and like I mean, Sam Darnold was making the plays he had to make. That's all. That's all you have to do.
Yeah,
You don't have to be flashy.
you
Tom
just
Brady was flashy for his first three Super Bowls,
you just got to be
and then he
consistent.
started turning it on. Yeah.
So
So
speaking of the Super Bowl, also, can we talk about how the kicker got robbed from being MVP?
the
Like,
kicker.
in the first 12 points in
Oh,
the game.
oh, come on. The one that got robbed was Witherspoon on the defense for the Seattle Seahawks. He had 2 sacks, and then he caused the pick six.
I think
That's the
that
guy that got
I
robbed.
think this is the one time that they could have made an exception
Oh,
for the kicker.
just I can't believe. First you're on Aaron Judge, now you're on a kicker winning the MVP. I don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If they're not up 12-0, it's a whole different ball game. What if he
You're
misses
right,
those?
they'd be up. They still would have won.
What if he misses those kicks and then you lose that momentum?
You know
You know.
what? If he would have made 3 60-yard field goals, sure, yeah, give it to him. But they were like 30 yards. It's not like that's like, oh wow, you made a 2 foot putt. Congratulations, Morikawa. You did that on 6 straight holes. Man, you're the greatest golfer that's ever lived.
I'm just saying. If it could have been the one year that I wouldn't have been mad at it. You couldn't have been mad if it would have been like, "Hey, kicker, got MVP."
Yeah, no, I would have been furious.
over at least over Walker. I mean, it ran all right.
Hey, hey, you know what? If the game was 12-0, then yes, he probably would have gotten it. Am
That's
I wrong?
that's fair.
That's the case where he would win.
That's fair. What
Like
if
if Boswell would get there and he would have 8, like that one game where he had 6 field goals and
yeah.
like 3 of them were over 50 yards. Like that's MVP caliber.
All right, I'll let that. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. I think this is the one time they could have made an exception, and I wouldn't have been mad.
Uh,
I wouldn't have been
Kenneth,
mad.
Kenneth Walker had a pretty good game too. So
Running on that defense is no easy feat. I'll say that.
no, yeah.
Speaking of NFL, we have a newly available player in free agency. The Dolphins have released 4-year wide receiver Tyreek Hill. So, do you think that Tyreek is still a true number one weapon? And where do you think would be a good fit?
The Chiefs.
Back to the Chiefs?
Yep, back to the Chiefs, and he's going to be a deep ball specialist. He ain't
So,
going to be. He's not going to be Cheetah anymore. That's for sure. But he can be Cheetah for maybe 5 plays a game.
do you think that he would be considered a number one receiver on a team now?
No, I think he would have to. He's gonna have to change his game.
Yeah. So, even though I don't see it happening, one guy, believe it or not, who I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of help is Dak Prescott. I think that CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Tyreek Hill would be insane on the same team. At that point,
Yeah, but you're right. They would be insane because each one of them would be insane that Dak's not throwing them the ball every play.
I think it would give Cowboys more of a realistic, this is our year, more than years past, I
They
guess.
still don't have a defense.
Yeah. Michael Parsons leaves, and although he wasn't even that good,
He
it's still,
wasn't the reason why that defense was good in the first place. It was Lawrence,
yeah.
who's now on the Seahawks.
And that shows, right? Um,
Yeah.
another uh, team that I think Tyreek would do wonders for, give him to Joe Burrow. I think he
What? We just gonna give him to teams that already have two stud receivers, and they're gonna give him a third one
I'm
with
telling
no
you,
defense?
the well, well, the,
Are they gonna
well,
try to score 70 points?
well, no. The reason I'm saying any of that is because the question was, do you think he's a number one weapon? No, I don't. But I'm saying if you take a guy like that and put him in between two, like a 1-2, and then you have him like, you got a plan for that.
I mean,
That takes away at least a you know a
I was
linebacker.
thinking more of like him taking a veteran role and mentoring the next deep threat guy with like the Chiefs, or I could see him going to like the Titans,
Yeah, the
somewhere like that, where he's like a mentor. He's out there to like show him how it's done, kind of thing.
or Arizona put him with Marvin Harrison Jr. Although
Yeah,
Arizona needs a quarterback before they do anything.
actually, I have the perfect spot, and he's the perfect guy for this team and this city, and it's going to be one of the questions coming up. The Las Vegas Raiders.
I wouldn't mind that. Gonna have Mendoza throwing the football
Yeah,
around down
I,
there.
I mean, tell me he doesn't fit in that Raider black and silver. I mean that.
Yeah, weather wouldn't be an issue for him.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, wink, wink.
Yeah, I could. And speaking of the Raiders, what happened breaking news wise today for the Raiders?
Clint Kubiak was hired. Well, few few days ago.
So, question is this a rebuild signal for the Raiders or a fast turnaround attempt? What do you think?
They're rebuilding.
I think so too. Whenever your first pick in the draft is going to be a quarterback, that is
Yep.
a true sign of rebuild to me. like,
I think I think they're gonna. But I do think they'll be way better this upcoming year than they were this past year by like a
mm-hmm,
lot.
mm-hmm, I agree with
Like
you.
they won't be like they'll probably finish last in the AFC West because it's brutal. But they'll be decent.
I agree with you. And I mean, last year they had a number one running back pick in the draft
Yeah.
last year.
Well, they have Brock Bowers,
Yeah.
Genty, Mendoza. I mean, those are three. Those are three studs right there.
Hopefully they could. Hopefully they
Eight,
could beef up that offensive line a little bit though.
yeah. If they can do there, well, this is a good offensive line draft too. So if they can get
Yeah.
another offensive lineman, they'll be all right. Their defense is always tough, like I said. So that's never a problem.
So we're both in agreement, no debate here that it is not a turnaround attempt. Which I think at the same time, rebuild and turnaround attempt kind of go hand in hand. I don't think it's a
Yeah. Well,
fast turnaround attempt. It's a growth
yeah.
turnaround attempt.
Right.
You
Like
know?
fast turnarounds, like when the Buccaneers got Tom Brady and then they were instantly in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like that's fast turnaround to me.
Yeah. I can see that. The slow turnaround is bringing a guy like Mendoza in,
Yeah, like
Genty,
how
Brock
like how
Bowers.
the Lions
Yeah.
got built up. That's
Yeah.
slow rebuild.
Came
Yeah,
in came in biting kneecaps. Wasn't that what
right.
isn't that what
That's right.
Dan Campbell said? Gonna come in biting kneecaps on our way up.
MCDC baby, Motor City Dan Campbell. We love him.
Oh, speaking of Motor City, NASCAR
Yeah,
this
yeah.
weekend. Reddick won Daytona 500. Sorry that you lost your bet.
That's the way it goes.
Sorry. NASCAR has
It's
to be one of
like
the hardest sports to bet on.
it's like betting the Kentucky Derby. You just hope your horse makes it. Doesn't break his leg.
um, so you're more of a NASCAR fan than I am. I used to
Yep.
watch it back in the day. I was a big Jeff Gordon guy. and a big Mark Martin guy, the old number 6 Valvoline, right?
Right.
Jimmy Johnson, number 48, Lowe's. I was a big Jimmy Johnson guy.
Ugh.
Um, so Reddick winning Daytona, does that make him an early title favorite or just race day magic? What do you think?
Race day magic. He got lucky. He was just in the right place at the right time. I don't see the 45 team being winning it at all. You know,
You never know. And you got Jordan backing you, though. They're going to spare no
uh,
expense to get it done.
I know this, but he's also got to go up against. I hate this guy, but Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, uh, Denny Hamlin, who has never won a championship, who owns the team. You think he cares about the team? No, he'll be like, I want this championship.
So,
There's guys like that still there trying to win.
so even though it's the first season, who do you think is, well, you would know better than anybody on this, too. Who's the odds favor to win the NASCAR, what was it, Sprint Cup?
No, it's I don't remember what it's called now. It's something Nextel something like I don't know. I can't
Gotcha.
remember the name of it. But
Used to be the Winston
it's
Cup.
yeah, that was back in the day. The old Winston the cigarettes. But now the favorite I think is Kyle Larson. He's always the favorite because
Okay.
he's consistent at every track. But I think Denny Hamlin's going to get it done this year.
My least favorite racer of all time was Tony Stewart. I was not a Tony Stewart guy.
Not a big smoke guy, huh?
And Kevin Harvick. I didn't like him either.
Well, I like both of them. You know why? Because I don't like Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon. So there we go.
There was nothing better than watching that number 24 rainbow car just one of the greatest at drafting
Drafting. Yeah.
drafting.
No,
Thank you.
he's not. He's not one of the best. The best is Dale Earnhardt, and then there's Dale Earnhardt Jr. right below him. Jeff Gordon's good, but he ain't that good.
Richard Petty though is the goat.
Well, no, he's not. That's
No?
like Richard Petty's like Kareem,
Is that
and
like
then Dale Earnhardt's like Jordan.
is that like saying Bill Russell?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was also I liked Casey Kane back in the day too. He was a nice kid.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. He retired early.
Uh,
A lot of these drivers retired early. You know, that I thought would stick around a lot longer.
um, MLB news. We have
Yeah.
Azuna coming to Pittsburgh. Big news for my Pirates. Veteran boost or short term gamble? What do you think?
I think it's both. Can it be both?
I would say so.
I think he gives a veteran boost, and it's kind of a gamble because you never know. He might just implode on himself here in this season. But I think it's a good thing. It's good bet to be in the lineup.
Yeah.
Finally got a guy that you're not just looking at his exit velocity when he actually hits it.
Who would you be referring to there, Joe?
Jack Wilson. I kid. O'Neill Cruz.
So far, let's make everybody aware so far of the Pirates' moves this year. Let's see. Azuna was one. They had O'Hearn, 2-year contract. We had they re-signed O'Neill Cruz to a 1 year. Yay!
Woo!
Hey, I'll take 27. What was it? What did he have last year? 26 homers, but his batting average was what,
And
127.
and 300 strikeouts.
Yeah.
He has 27 hits all year, and they're home runs.
Let's see. Marcell Osuna. I'm trying to. find here. They made a bunch of them this year. Sherrington's actually been really trying to spend some money this year. Brandon Lowe picked him up.
That was a good pickup.
Other big in MLB moves happened this year. I know there was
The
speculation.
polar bear moved to the Orioles.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Pete Alonso. Yep. Mets
Dodgers
lost. Yep.
taking everybody still, right?
Yep. They're there. They took every player you could get. So just
The-
leave the scraps for the rest of us, I guess.
there was speculation that they were going to take that pitcher from Detroit Tigers too, but luckily
No,
that didn't end
didn't
up.
happen.
Luckily, that didn't end up
Luckily,
happening.
he won his arbitration case against the Tigers.
Yeah.
He's only won the Cy Young 2 years in a row for the American League, and they were like, "Oh well, we want to pay you 12 million instead of 32," and he's like, "Well, kick rocks," and
Oh,
it took him to court, and he won.
wait.
So
What the
good for
hell?
him.
What the hell are we doing? We're talking about baseball
What?
moves. We just talked about Detroit Tigers. We're not going to talk about the fact that the Detroit Tigers just brought back Justin Verlander back to the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, but Verlander, what is he, like 41?
It doesn't matter. He's still
He's
pitching well.
ancient.
No, what is he? Is he 41? I think. Hang on.
He's old.
Justin Verlander age 42. He's 42
Yeah,
years old.
that's close.
So he's
I knew
he's
he's up there.
he's getting his Aaron Rodgers on is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Somebody else. Oh, Mike Trout is not obviously not leaving the Angels, but I did hear that he is moving to center field full time. Which, how you feel about that?
Why? Why wouldn't he just DH?
Good question. I mean, he's been injured his entire career. Take yourself off
Yeah.
the field and just hit the baseball.
Yeah. I mean, hey, more power to him. He's trying to make his Hall of Fame case, but he ain't gonna make it.
When it comes to DH, um,
Yep.
I know how I feel. How do you feel about with all the Pirate moves, all the moves they're making this year, all the moves they have made? They did not re-sign Andrew McCutchen back
I
on.
mean, it was probably either keep McCutchen or get Asuna. So they were like, you know what, Asuna's a better player right now, so we'll just take Asuna.
Still,
I
I
mean,
think
like strategically, that's how I think it went. Yeah, I would still try to keep McCutchen on the team though,
yeah. I
and
mean,
make him like a pinch hitter or whatever
right,
you want to
right,
use him
right
for.
field or something. You know.
Well, like he wouldn't play every day. Like I would make him like just use him in spots.
Hmm? Okay, let's see here. Hmm. Anything else you got for us today?
Uh,
When it comes to pro sports,
well, we do have the Olympics, Rob.
we do. I feel like that's a whole segment of itself. Do you?
That could be.
Okay. All right, we'll talk Olympics. Oh, hang on. I told you I would throw one of these at you today.
Yep.
Let's see. Pick a sport out of the ones that we've talked about today. NBA, NFL, MLB.
Just pick one.
Mhm.
NBA.
NBA. Okay. So, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
Like my four favorite.
Yeah, could be coaches, could be players.
Essentially. Um, NBA Mount Rushmore. Okay, I got it.
Go ahead.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Because can I make them into one? Because well, they saved the NBA like
Yeah.
together. It was their rivalry.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll make it the Bird Magic rivalry is on their Mount Rushmore
Okay.
of the NBA. Okay.
Yep.
Um, I'll put Michael Jordan by himself
Obviously.
on the Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Uh, David Stern and hmm, Red Auerbach, the old Boston Celtics coach. That'd be the last guy. Honorable mention: Jerry West. Not for his playing days, but for his front office moves. Those are my picks. I would also Bill Russell would also be like an honorable mention too. So him and Jerry West are on the outside looking in. But those would be my four most important things in the NBA ever.
Okay. I am going to go Jordan first and foremost before I even think or do anything else. Jordan is the most deserving person. He's the first face. You know how George Washington is and it's President's Day, so I feel like this is appropriate. Um, George Washington is first face that you really see on the mountain. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Jordan needs to be that.
Okay.
Okay. After that, I am gonna go Phil Jackson,
Okay.
so I can have a coach on there. Even though people don't tend to see the importance of the past and the importance of this player, I think that I have to put Wilt
Okay.
just because he kind of set the tone and was the kind of the kickstart
Yeah.
of it all. And since you went Magic Bird, because I was going to put that on there originally, okay, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to try it. Other than Jordan, obviously, everybody who does this list is going to put Jordan on their thing. If you don't, then click away and watch someone else. um, I'm going to go with a team, okay,
Okay.
and I'm going to say the '96 Bulls.
Okay. So you're gonna have three Bulls people on this Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
Man, gotta branch out.
they got yeah. Okay, okay, I could do that.
That's all right. Hey, it's your list. That's
Well, wait,
fine.
wait.
I
I'll
mean,
do
I get it.
honorable mentions. Okay, I have honorable mentions as well. Honorable mention for me. Um, I'm a big Kobe guy. Uh,
Okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
putting honorable mention as Kobe. I might even you know what? I'm gonna erase the '96 Bulls and I'll put Kobe up there,
Okay,
and I'll put '96 Bulls as honorable mention, and then my other honorable mention. Uh, hmm, I'm gonna go Shaq.
Shaq.
Yeah,
All right.
and when you look at that for a second, we have Michael Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq. Who's the coach I got on there?
Phil Jackson. I was about to say, like, man, you gotta connect. You got everything
it's
connected.
it all comes back to Phil Jackson.
Yeah, I guess, but not for me. Not on my list.
It is not.
I
Um,
went with classics. You know, the things that were important to the NBA. I guess
I can
yours
for
is more face of NBA. Mine's more the history, like what made the NBA what it is now, kind of thing.
okay, and you know, my first mention, if we did this for college basketball, I'm throwing the um, trying to think if I should turn the record button off after I say this, just to leave it where it is. But my first pick would be Coach K for Duke, uh, greatest
I'm
college
yeah.
basketball coach of all time.
No, I agree.
Um, so so yeah. Anything else pro wise? I think we pretty well covered it.
I think we got it.
All right, stay tuned for some Olympic coverage here from Ro-JoSports.